Hello guys, welcome to Sahil Pro World. In this module we have covered topics like network basics, data packets, IP address, subnetting and classes of network. Now start from network basics. A network is simply a way for machine computer to communicate. At the physical level it consists of all the machines you want to connect and the devices you use to connect them. Individual machines are connected either with the physical connection or wirelessly. To connect multiple machines together, each machine must connect to a hub or switch, and then those hub switches must connect together. In a larger network, each subnetwork is connected to the others by a router, as you can see. Now, basic network structure. The real essence of network is communication, allowing one machine to communicate with another. Network interface card, switches, router, hubs and firewalls are the fundamental physical pieces of a network. The way they are connected and the format they use for communication is the network architecture, as you can see in the picture. Now our next topic is data packets. After you have established a connection with the network, you need to send data. The first part is to identify where you want to send it. All computers have an IP address that is a series of 4 numbers between 0 and 255 and is separated by periods such as 192.168.0.1. The second part is to format the data for transmission. All data is in binary form, ones and 0. The first few bytes are the header. That header tells where the packet is going, where it came from and how many more packets are coming as part of this transmission. There is actually more than one header, but for now we will just discuss the header as a single entity. In fact, most packets will have at least 3 headers. The IP header has information such as IP address for the source and destination as well as what protocol the packet is. The TCP header has information such as port number. The Ethernet header has information such as the MAC address for the source and the destination. If a packet is encrypted with transport layer security, it will also have a TLS header. Now the next topic is IP address. The first major issue to understand is how to get packets to their proper destination. Even a small network have many computers that could potentially be the final destination of any packet sent. The internet has millions of computers spread out across the globe. An IP version for address is a series of 4 3-digit numbers separated by periods. Each of the 3-digit number must be between 0 and 255. An address of 192.168.0.2.57 would not be a valid one. The reason for this rule is that these addresses are actually for binary numbers. The computers simply display them to you in decimal formats, as you can see in this picture. Recall that 1 byte is 8-bit, ones and 0, and an 8-bit binary number converted to decimal format will be between 0 and 255. The total of 32-bit means that approximately 4.2 billion possible IP version for address exist. The IP address of a computer tell you a lot about that computer. The first byte in an address reveals what network class that machine belongs to. Now the classes of 5 network. Class A, IP range between 0 to 126 and it is used for large network. All of them have been used. Class B, 128 to 191, large corporate networks and government network. All of them have been used. Class C, 192 to 223, most common group of IP addresses. Class D, 224 to 247, it is reserved for multicasting. And Class E, 248 to 255, it is reserved for experimental use and research purposes. The IP range of 127 is not listed in the above table. The IP address 127.0.01 designates the machine you are on, regardless the IP address assigned to your machine. This address is referred as the loopback address. That address is used in testing the machine and the NIC card. Certain ranges of IP address have been designated for use within network. This can't be used as public IP address, but can be used for internal workstations and servers. Those IP addresses are 10.0.0.102, 10.255.255.255, and 172 series and 192 series. You can communicate within your network using your private IP address. But to communicate with any computer outside your network, you have to use public IP address. Now, the subnetting. Subnetting is simply splitting up a network into smaller portions. For example, if you have a network using the IP address 192.168.1.x, x being whatever the address is for the specific computer, then you have allocated 255 possible IP address. The first value of subnet mask must be 255. The remaining three values can be 255, 254, 252, 128. Your computer will take your network IP address and the subnet mask and use a binary AND operation to combine them. If you have a class C IP address, then your network subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. If you have a class B IP address, then your subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. And finally, if it is a class A, your subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Now, if you want fewer than 255 nodes in your subnet, then you need to something like 255.255.255.240 for your subnet. If you convert 242 binary, it is 11110000. That means the first 3 octets and the first 4 bits of the last octet define the network. The last 4 bits of the last octet define the node. That means you could have as many as 1111 in binary or 15 in decimal nodes on this subnetwork. This is the basic essence of subnetting. Subnetting only allows you to use certain limit subnets. Another approach is CIDR or classless inter-domain routing. Rather to define a subnet mask, you have the IP address followed by a slash and a number. That number can be any number between 0 and 32, which result in IP addresses like this. In this slash 24 basically a class C IP address, and in this slash 31 much like a class C IP address with a subnet mask. Now the topic is IPv6. IPv6 utilizes a 128-bit address instead of 32 and utilizes a hex numbering method in order to avoid long address such as given below. The hex address format appears in the form of 3FFE semicolon B00 of semicolon 800 semicolon 2 double semicolon C. For example, this gives you 2128 possible address. Many trillions of address, so no chance exists of running out of IP address in the near future. There is no subnetting in IPv6, instead it only uses CIDR. The network portion is indicated by a slash followed by the number of bits in the address that are assigned to the network portion, such as 48/64. There is a loopback address for IPv6 and it can be written as /128. Now thank you for watching this video. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.